Imagine this. You open your phone and see the Sydney Sweeney Great Jeans ad. Maybe you chuckle. Maybe you feel annoyed. Maybe you scroll past. But before you've even thought about it, your heart rate shifts. A chemical is released in your brain. Your thumb hesitates just long enough for the algorithm to notice. And then, the ad isn't just a pun anymore. It's fuel. Fuel for clicks, for outrage, for arguments. This isn't just culture, it's chemistry. Because in the attention economy, your biology is the battlefield, and outrage is the weapon. When you feel outraged, you're not just having an opinion. You're experiencing what neuroscientists call an amygdala hijack. The amygdala, the part of your brain wired for survival, detects a threat. It doesn't care that it's an ad. It doesn't care that it's just jeans. To your brain, outrage feels like danger. It releases cortisol, stress hormones, and sharpens your focus. Your body wants to act, to fight, to defend your tribe. This is why outrage online feels so addictive. It's not a thought. It's a survival reflex. And brands know this. Every time you comment, share, or argue online, your brain gets a little reward. That reward is dopamine, the same chemical that fires when you gamble, eat sugar, or fall in love. But here's the trick. Dopamine doesn't reward truth. It rewards engagement. So whether you're sharing the ad because you love Sydney Sweeney or because you think it's offensive, your brain is feeding the same loop. Anger, post, dopamine. Defend, share, dopamine. Argue, scroll, dopamine. This loop is what makes outrage viral, and algorithms are designed to amplify it. Social media platforms are built on one principle: keep you scrolling. The easiest way to do that? Trigger your brain's strongest emotions. And neuroscience is clear. Negative emotions, outrage, anger, fear, spread faster and stick longer than positive ones. That's why when the Great Jeans ad dropped, the angriest takes were the ones boosted to the top of feeds. Not the neutral ones, not the balanced ones. Algorithms don't care about ethics, they care about engagement. And outrage is engagement gold. Viral content isn't random. It follows patterns wired into the brain. Emotional intensity. Outrage lights up the amygdala, tribal belonging. Arguing online gives you a sense of identity, us versus them. Reward unpredictability. Sometimes your post blows up, sometimes it doesn't. That unpredictability makes the dopamine hit even stronger, just like a slot machine. The Sydney Sweeney ad had all three: a provocative pun, a polarizing celebrity, and a cultural fault line waiting to be exploited. It wasn't just clever marketing, it was neurobranding. Neurobranding is the art of designing campaigns that don't just persuade your conscious mind, they hijack your unconscious brain. The pun "Great Jeans" wasn't just a joke. It was a psychological trigger, activating memories of beauty standards, history, identity politics. The framing of Sydney Sweeney wasn't just aesthetic. It was designed to attract the gaze, to provoke discussion, to plant the brand in your subconscious. Whether you loved it or hated it, you remembered it. And in a marketplace where attention is currency, memory is victory. Here's the most unsettling truth. Outrage spreads faster than facts because it's wired to. Your brain evolved to notice threats more than neutral signals. Sharing outrage feels like protecting your tribe. Algorithms reward what spreads fastest. And brands? They don't need you to agree with them. They just need you to react. Your biology becomes their business model. And in that equation, the truth is irrelevant. So when you saw the Sydney Sweeney Great Jeans ad, you weren't just reacting. You were being hijacked. Hijacked by chemicals, by algorithms, by a marketing machine that knows your biology better than you do. And the question isn't just, do we fall for it? It's, can we resist it? In the next and final episode, we'll step back from the science and look at the battlefield itself, the social media war. Because outrage doesn't just live in your brain, it lives in the culture, and that's where the real fight happens. Do you think brands should be allowed to use neuroscience to influence behavior? Or is it crossing a line? Drop your thoughts below. And don't miss episode 5 of Decoded: The Social Media War.